What's going on, Rams fans? Welcome back to Rams Showcase right here on Sports War Radio. Tonight, the Rams look to rebound after a rough outing in LA. Plus, the Rams could either have the number 1 seed or miss the postseason. We'll dig into the playoff picture, and later, Jared Goff and the boys look to rebound and take control of the NFC West. We preview Rams at Seahawks next on Rams Showcase.
Welcome to Rams Showcase on Sports War Radio.
What is up, Rams fans? Welcome back to Rams Showcase right here on Sports War Radio. I am your host, Joe Brandon, but you can and should call me Sheriff Joe Bags. I am laying down the law for you guys tonight. It is a wonderful week. It is Christmas week. If you guys don't celebrate Christmas, well, that doesn't mean it's not Christmas week, but I hope you guys are enjoying the holiday that you celebrate. But either way, it's still Christmas week, and I hope you guys are having an awesome one. I myself am crazy busy. Working a lot more than normal, which is good stuff. But we're Rams showcasing today. Hope everybody's having an awesome week, like I had mentioned. The Rams did not get it done against the Jets, and we've all got egg on our faces, collectively, I think. We all do. What are you going to do about it, you know? It was just one of those days. And we'll look to rebound this weekend. We got the Seattle Seahawks going up to Seattle to play at, what is the name of the stadium anymore? I forgot what CenturyLink changed their name to. That one's on me, I guess. Should know that. Oh well. It's okay. It's not our squad. We got SoFi, and that place is a beautiful venue. And that's where the LA Rams play. And that's the one that we need to know for surezies. All right. So let's go ahead and hop in. We got the, obviously, we're coming off of a pretty rough week. All right. We didn't have a lot of fun. I know I didn't have a lot of fun watching that one. It was one of those where it's like the game started and it was like, wait a second. It was like, I realized that the Jets started strong against the Seahawks the week before, but it was one of those where it's like, ooh, I don't know, you know. And then as the game went on, my confidence was shooting up and shooting down. I was never like, I have no idea. Like I was never like even keeled and just being like, I don't really know. Like maybe we'll pull this out, maybe we don't. It was either like we are winning this game, or it was like, man, there's no way we win. I don't know if that was just me or if that's a global thing for the Rams fans. But either way, not that awesome. Rams did lose to the Jets. It was a 23-20 game. I don't want to just sit here and say, though, that because like obviously we have the storylines of, you know, the Jets blew their chances for Trevor Lawrence, which may or may not be true yet. We don't know. We'll have to wait for these next 2 weeks. They did clinch a top 2 draft pick, for whatever that's worth to you guys. And, you know, they played a hell of a game. I got to give it to them. I mean, they came out with an awesome defensive game plan. They pressured Goff exactly the way that they were supposed to come out with a win. And also, on the offensive side, I don't know if Sam Darnold's looked that sharp this year. I mean, they were just kind of on. And we not necessarily were. I mean, we had like waves of being awesome. You know, we had those like like here and there. And I gotta say, those uniforms, absolutely amazing. I loved it. I hope we see that a lot more. I realized that we lost in those, and I got the comments. I saw them. I see your guys' comments of like, oh, well, the uniform combo didn't work. That is not why we lost, okay? You don't lose because of what clothes you're wearing. I don't know. Either way. So, I mean, you got to kind of give it to them. They played I would say that the Jets played their best football of the season, and it happened to be against the LA Rams. That sucks, but they're an NFL team. They're absolutely capable of winning. I'm pretty sure I said that, but I just was overly confident, thinking that the Rams would win that game, which they should have, technically. I don't think that that's stepping out of line, saying the Rams should have beat the Jets. We're a better team than they are. But you know what? They were on and we weren't. It happens, you know. And these are all just kind of things I just wanted to address. I mean, no one saw it coming, obviously. And if you said that you did, you're not only lying to me, which is not okay, but even worse, you're lying to yourself, man. All right. So just stop it. Stop it right now. And anybody saying that they're like, oh, I knew the Jets were going to win. You're lying to so many people. You're lying to everybody. Nobody had the Jets winning that game. Show me somebody. Prove it. I mean, prove it to me. Show me where you picked the Jets before the game. Because I don't believe it. But there's really no other way to say it. The Rams were embarrassed. It was an embarrassing outing. That's all it was. I mean, it was embarrassing, but I'll be honest, guys. I think my money is on the Rams playing absolutely lights out on Sunday. This is going to be the best week of practice that the Rams have had probably all year. This is going to be, I think, one of the better games that the team plays all year. I think that, like, if you were going to put money on the Rams to go all the way and win the Super Bowl, I think right now is the time to do it. The odds are a little bit more in our favor. I think we're plus 1,400 right now. It was just plus 1,000 last week. And now's the time to do that if you guys are bettors, like such as myself now. I've gotten into it and I love it, guys. I'm not ashamed of that. I think it's awesome. I have a lot of fun with it. I didn't win any money in the Rams-Jets game. But hey, you win some, you lose some. And this week, maybe I'll win some. We'll see. I don't know. I can't predict the future. Clearly, I cannot predict the future. I thought I was very confident in the Rams beating the Jets. Hindsight, always 2020. What are you going to do about it? Let's, I know that was a sad note, but let's shift it a little bit more. I don't want to go too crazy here, but I don't think it would be right if I went through an entire Rams podcast this week, and I didn't mention Kevin Green. All right, so Kevin Green, unfortunately, he did pass away on Monday. The causes are unknown. I'm okay with that. I don't need to know. It's unfortunate. But it's not going to change anything for me personally if I know the cause of death. I don't mind that being a private thing between him, his family, anything like that. That's to me, it's none of our business. I know that some of you guys are very interested in that. I don't know. I'm not going to look. I'm not trying to find that information out necessarily. It's just unfortunate. And, I just want to celebrate Kevin Green. I don't want to, talk about, what was the cause of the end. I want to celebrate and, kind of talk about how awesome this guy was, because he was one of the last guys, and this is, a little bit pre my time of watching football, but, I was born in 1991, and he was already playing, but I think that looking back, and I've seen plenty of this guy's footage, you know what I mean, not only with the Rams, but also with the Steelers. I think he played that year with the Niners, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I've seen his stuff, and it's unfortunate news to come across, but hey, either way, we were talking about it. I talked with Paul about it last week. We were talking about how Aaron Donald actually was second place in sacks all time in Rams history. This year, he passed Kevin Green. So Kevin Green's now third in Rams history all time. Aaron Donald now in that second place spot. So he did he went over Kevin Green, which is, it says a lot about Aaron Donald, but Kevin Green, third all time. That's still absolutely incredible. Above Chris Long, above Robert Quinn, he's an incredible player. He's also third all time in NFL history in sacks. That's the Rams history is third, but also NFL history he's third. And you might be sitting there going, "What? That doesn't make any sense." But it does. It makes perfect sense because he played other teams. We don't count his Steelers sacks for the Rams. So the third all time in Rams or in NFL history, he's only behind Reggie White and Bruce Smith. He is, of course, a Hall of Famer. I think that kind of goes without saying. I realize I did not say it, but he is a Hall of Famer, and he'll hold on to that for forever. He's always a Hall of Famer. Whether he's here or not, he's always a Hall of Famer, and that's absolutely incredible. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, and I wrote this down because that's back when it mattered. Pro Bowls today, they've kind of lost their fire a little bit. They're not as important. It's not as amazing to see somebody with Pro Bowl, but back then, it was absolutely incredible. Kevin Green went 5 times. He had 2 interceptions as a Ram, 5 all-time. I thought that was kind of cool. He also had 13 forced fumbles as a Ram, 23 all-time. Had only one season in his entire career that he did not have at least one forced fumble. That was the 1998 season, which was a Pro Bowl year for the linebacker Kevin Green. So I only say any of that stuff just to kind of celebrate Kevin Green a little bit. We all heard the news. We've seen the posts, the social media posts by, not only the Steelers, but the Rams as well. And I loved it. I thought that was really cool. Just a little bit of a way to celebrate this guy. He was such a big impact player on the NFL. So, to celebrate him and just to bring a little bit of attention to his career, I felt like that's the least I could do. So Kevin Green and his family, definitely some T's and P's to his family and all of his loved ones. I don't like to get to where hey, this hurts me, because I feel like that's kind of a selfish move. But to his family, I absolutely feel for the family. So, I'm sure there's some privacy going on right now, and I think we need to respect that. Personally, I know some people have been kind of digging to see maybe a cause, but I don't think that's any of our business. And T's and P's, like I said, to Kevin Green and the family. So there you go. Let's go ahead and move on. We'll bring it up a little bit here before we get into some really cool news with the playoff picture as well as the standings of the NFC West. But first, I got to mention, I already just said the Pro Bowls don't really matter that much. Either way, Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald got voted in. So they will be making the I don't even know where it's at. I don't watch the Pro Bowl myself. I vote on it sometimes. I didn't vote this year. I will sometimes vote for the Pro Bowl. I don't watch it. It's a terrible game. It's worse than preseason games. It's, I don't know. It's hard to watch. It's hard to take it serious at all. Nobody cares. It's just everybody's just out there messing around, kind of. It's very rare that we get to see something like, Sean Taylor blasting Moorhead on a fake punt. That kind of stuff doesn't happen anymore. I feel like that was like the death of the Pro Bowl was that hit. As awesome as it was and as cool as it is to celebrate Sean Taylor in that way, it's kind of lost its fire. Being before the Super Bowl, I think was a real big catalyst in it not being as cool anymore. But hey, either way, this is something that goes on your resume as a corner for Jalen Ramsey. This is his 4th Pro Bowl. Aaron Donald making it to his 7th. Either way, that goes onto your resume. These are both players that could eventually be looking at a Hall of Fame bid someday. So hey, that matters, right? That counts. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings here, and I want to talk about this. Obviously, the Rams did drop out of the first spot there. That's the only switch, though. Seahawks and Rams. That's the only switch as far as the standings go. So the Seattle Seahawks sitting at 10-4 in first place. They can clinch the NFC West with a win over the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday. Number 2 spot belongs to the Rams at 9-5. They clinch a playoff spot with a win, clinch the NFC West if they do win out, which with games over the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals coming up. The Arizona Cardinals sitting in 3rd place at 8-6 can get 2nd place with a win, a Rams loss to the Seahawks, and then a win over the Rams in Week 17, like we had mentioned. And the San Francisco 49ers, their playoff scenario, they already have reservations at B-dubs to watch the rest of the NFC West, likely in the playoffs. So they're at 5-9, and Jimmy G and the boys will be sitting at home. And it doesn't make me sad at all to know that information. So, San Fran sitting back there. They do play the Arizona Cardinals this week, so we'll see if maybe that's a Saturday game. So maybe we can get something cool happening where maybe San Fran. This is like the only time it's not that I want San Fran to win; it's that I want Arizona to lose, and I think that there's a big difference. And I don't know if anybody agrees with me there or understands even what I'm saying when I say that I'm not rooting for this team to win. I'm rooting for this team to lose. I don't know if that even makes sense, but that is truly how I feel. I'm not rooting for San Fran, just rooting against Arizona because they could technically overtake us. There's a lot of weird things that have to happen, though. Let's take a look at the playoff race. This one is getting spicy. All right, the Green Bay Packers at 11-3. They take on the Tennessee Titans on Sunday Night Football this weekend. Titans, obviously a very strong team, so that could be a loss for the Green Bay Packers. We will see. The New Orleans Saints at 10-4 in 2nd place. They take on the Minnesota Vikings on Thursday Night Football. So by the time you guys are seeing this video, you guys might be on. If you guys are just listening to the podcast, maybe it's tomorrow. I'm recording the game's tomorrow, but hey, maybe it's already over. Maybe you guys already know the outcome of that game, and the Saints are no longer 10-4. Maybe they're 11-4. Maybe they're 10-5. We will see. The Seattle Seahawks are 10-4. They of course play the LA Rams at home. Washington football team, they are 6-8. They are hosting the Carolina Panthers. So the top 4 seeds, all the division winners, are playing at home in Week 17. The first road game, road team for the playoff picture is the LA Rams at 9-5 at the Seattle Seahawks. And then, of course, also the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the Detroit Lions. That is a Saturday game as well. And we had already mentioned the Arizona Cardinals are hosting the San Francisco 49ers. That game will appear on Saturday as well. So I just wanted to talk about a few things. I had teased it in the very beginning, if you guys were paying attention to that, that the Rams could technically not only get the number 1 seed, but they could also technically miss the postseason, which is not likely and will probably not happen, but technically it is possible. So we do got to talk about it. The Rams do have a 4% chance of getting that number 1 seed, a big Titans win. That would help the Rams immensely this weekend. I don't know if I necessarily want the Minnesota Vikings to win because I don't like them, but if it's just a personal thing, I guess. I think I know one Vikings fan who's just a jerk. So it's like, you know what? I hope they keep losing, That's Not important. But either way. So the Rams, just that 4% chance. So I mean, the Rams can win the NFC West with 2 wins to end the season. So we'll see how that goes. That's kind of first objective. Number 1 seed, number 2 seed, anything like that is kind of secondary to that. So the Rams can miss the playoffs if all of this happens. Okay, not just one of these things happens. All of these things happen, and that's why you keep seeing that the Rams have an over 99% chance to make the postseason. Is because all of these have to happen. All right, and it gets a little crazy. So try to keep up with me here. So this is what we're dealing with. If the Rams lose to the Seahawks and the Cardinals, which I think is a little bit obvious, that is part of the scenarios of the Rams losing out, because we had already mentioned that the Rams win this game, they do clinch a playoff berth. And then Arizona, if they lose to the San Francisco 49ers and then defeat the LA Rams, that also hurts us. And the reasoning would be because if the Rams had already lost to the Seahawks, then Arizona ties the Rams. But then if they also beat us, then their division record would be better. It gets into some pretty crazy tiebreakers there, but that's exactly what would happen. Is we'd basically end with the same record. And actually, you know what? No, I'm wrong there. If the Rams lose out in that's Arizona losing to San Fran. All right, I got you. And then Tampa Bay finishes 1-1, so either losing to Detroit or to Atlanta. I mean, one of those is a division game, so we'll see what happens. But Detroit Lions, I'm not sure that's going to happen. And then Chicago, if they win out, they play the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are in the Trevor Lawrence hunt right now, sitting at the Trevor Lawrence pick in the NFL draft at the moment. And then the Green Bay Packers, that could absolutely happen, but we'll see, because that's also going to be a situation where the Packers might be not caring that much about that game. So, I mean, we'll keep an eye out, I guess. And then, of course, we'll get into the playoff scenarios next week. Hopefully, the Rams are already in. Hopefully, they punch their ticket. All of those things have to happen. So, if Chicago loses, then we're in. I mean, there's basically those. That's what you need to pay attention to this week. If the Rams win or the Bears lose, Rams are in. Let's take a look at some transactions here, just a couple for you guys, and then we'll hop into the game preview. So first, the Rams signed cornerback D. Virgin to the practice squad. Would honestly love that jersey. Also, the Denver Broncos have waived linebacker Mark Barron. And you guys know why I'm mentioning that, because I'm a Mark Barron fan all day, all night. And you know what? Maybe I'm not saying. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? That's all I got. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. All right. I think Mark Barron would look pretty dope in a bone jersey. That's all. All right. That is it for the first half. Let's go ahead. We're going to hop into this game preview right now. I'm going to disappear. And I'm back. All right. We got the LA Rams at the Seattle Seahawks this weekend on Sunday at 2:25 or 1:25. Actually, I put my time, which is Colorado time, which is very rarely Rams time. So 1:25 p.m. That one in LA time. On Fox, you guys can take a look at your screen right now. The Rams and Seahawks have a pretty big area, and a big part of that is because our only competition on the Fox late slot there is the Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys, 2 teams who are not very good at football this year. So in red, we do have Troy Aikman and Joe Buck on the call. The Seattle Seahawks are favored in this game by 2.5 points. Of course, you do get the 3 for being at home, which is not as relevant in a pandemic season. The over-under in this game, 47.5. I am inclined to go under. That's just my personal opinion here. Game notes for you guys. Wide receiver Josh Gordon was expected to return this week, and instead the league informed him and the Seahawks that Gordon has not satisfied all of the conditions of his conditional reinstatement. He cannot practice or play until further notice. So Josh Gordon that was some news popping out this week was, hey, Josh Gordon is back. He is going to be catching footballs from Russell Wilson. That is no longer the case. Josh Gordon is out. And who knows what's going to happen with that guy's career. That guy's been ping-ponging all over the place. He's been in, he's been out, he's been high. He's all over the place. And low, I guess, if you want to try to squeeze that in there as well. Also, Quentin Dunbar of the Seattle Seahawks, he will miss the remainder of the season. He is out. Cam Akers is the only Ram to not participate in practice on Wednesday due to injury. Aaron Donald did not participate in practice because he is a veteran and an absolute monster and does not need Wednesday practices. Cam Akers already ruled out, though, with a high ankle sprain, so we expected he would be on that list. But that is it. And then I think it was Havenstein was limited. That was it for your injury report for the Rams. On the other side, for the Seattle Seahawks, the did not participation people, that was not how that's supposed to be said. We got guard Phil Haynes, running back DJ Dallas, tackle Brandon Shell, safety Demarius Randall, Mike Iupati, he is a guard, of course, and defensive tackle Jaron Reed. That is a big one there. Those last two, Iupati there, he obviously the former Niner. It's kind of a Veterans Day off for him, so don't look too deep into that one. Jaron Reed, that is kind of a big one. Demarius Randall, excuse me. That one could be big because the Seahawks, their pass defense is not amazing. So I don't know. So that could be a big miss, though. And, of course, with Dunbar going out as well. That secondary is taking some hits, and that to me, is the reason why I don't think that the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl. I know that we're looking way far out now, but the Seahawks are already in the playoffs. But to me, I don't think you can enter the NFC playoff race with quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers. Who else is out there? Obviously Drew Brees, Russell Wilson's on that team. And then, Tom Brady and Kyler Murray, the guys that are sitting in it right now. That's tough. That is really tough to have a terrible secondary when you're playing against some Hall of Famers. Honestly, there's some Hall of Famers on that list. So that's a tough move for them. But that's not our problem. And it is truly, I just wanted to throw this out there. It's truly unbelievable how healthy the Rams have been over the last three years, I would say. It's 3 years. I was going to say 4, but I think that's a little too far out. 3 years. It's unreal how healthy this team has been. I don't understand it, really. It's crazy. And so basically, we all the time, when a player is absolutely crushing souls, we always come out and we're tweeting, we're posting on Facebook, other places that you post things online, and we're going out saying, hey, pay this man. When Aaron Donald was holding out, not showing up to camp, pay the man, pay the man, pay the man. We kept seeing it. Pay the man. PTM all over the place. Here's one. How about we pay the man, Reggie Scott, who is the head athletic trainer of the LA Rams, who I think is very responsible for the fact that all of these guys are on the field. Andrew Whitworth could be back earlier than expected. He's already been running around and stuff. He's doing step-ups on the boxes and all that good stuff. He's almost back. We don't necessarily... obviously he was not going to come back against the Jets. Maybe it could have helped. Maybe that would have been cool. Maybe we'd have clinched a playoff berth. But hey, it didn't happen, and either way, and it's fine now. But I think Reggie Scott has done an absolutely insane job. How about we pay that man? And I hope that I'm not alone here. I want other people to participate in this one. Get Reggie Scott a bonus or something, man. Get it done, because this guy is absolutely critical to this team. The best ability, you can have all the talent in the world, but if they're not on the field, what is the point? The best ability is availability. We can see that with the 49ers this year. Very talented roster, but they're all, in the tent. They're all in the ice bath. That doesn't help you on the football field at all. So I think the pay the man attention right now needs to shift to Reggie Scott. Reggie Scott, I got your back, man. Let's get you paid, dude. Let's get you paid. Let's keep you in LA for as long as you want to stay. As long as you want to stay in LA, it's fine with me, because I make all the decisions, as everybody knows. Let's take a look at the matchup in this one. We'll go to the Rams offense first. In total yards, the Rams are 9th, and the Seahawks giving up over 400 yards a game, tied for 27th. And passing the football, the Rams are 13th. It did take a little bit of a dip there, but playing against the worst passing defense in the NFL. The Rams are doing a pretty strong job on the ground game, but then on the other side, Seattle, that's their strong point, is against the run. And the Rams putting up over 24 points a game, and that's right in range of what the Seahawks are giving up on defense. The best matchup in this one, I have this one as Hendo versus the Seahawks run defense, and that is because Cam Akers is out this week, so we will not see Cam running for acres on this one. So Hendo, he's got 562 rushing yards on the season, averaging 4.5 yards per carry. He and Malk are absolutely equipped to handle this. But, you also got to keep in mind that the Seahawks have given up a lot through the air. That's where teams are attacking. So because of the Seahawks' terrible pass defense, that's where people are going. They're not necessarily trying to run the football on the Seahawks. They are not doing a good job when they are, but that's not necessarily their first target. So I also do want to mention the Seahawks defense have been much, much, much stronger since the last time the Rams have played this team. So that is something to keep an eye on. That Seahawks defense hasn't given up more than 17 points, and I don't remember the span, but it's a decent, small little chunk there. They're playing a lot better as of late than they were by even just as recent as the last time the Rams and Seahawks played, which we'll get into a little bit. Let's take a look at the other side of the Rams defense on total yards. The Rams defense obviously crushing it right now. Still first place in that regard. But the Seahawks offense looking real strong as well, ranking 6th. They're passing the football pretty strong. They're 12th there, but the Rams secondary, number 1. Jalen Ramsey and the boys holding it down on the back end there. And Aaron Donald and the boys holding it down up front, number 2 against the run. And that's also Seahawks doing a really good job there as well. You can see on your screen with that 12 and 11 ranking that there is just some good balance going on there. And then points being scored. The Seahawks are putting up more points than the Rams on the offensive sides there. But the Rams defense giving up less than 20 a game. And that still does rank 3rd place, as it did last week. I'm pretty sure it did last week. Let me take a look, actually. Let me see. Yeah, Rams defense was 3rd last week as well, but that was 18.9. So we went up, but that's okay. Well, just 0.3, so that's fine. Best matchup in this one, I've got DK Metcalf versus Jalen Ramsey, part 2, which is going to be awesome. I'm super excited for this one again. Well, I was pumped for it the first time. I'm pumped for it again. I'm not going to make it the only storyline that I talk about all week, because last time that I was like, I'm clever, man. I'm so clever picking out DK Metcalf versus Jalen Ramsey, which I realize looking back on it is like, obviously. It's like, obviously that's the best matchup of the week. So I'm going to dig a little bit deeper. I'll get into some good stuff. Maybe Saturday I'll dig in and try to maybe pick out a best matchup in this one. I had a weak post, by the way. I realized that. I just was like, yeah, Rams and Jets play tomorrow. That's what my Saturday post was. I usually try to give a little bit of a breakdown, but hey, it happens. So let's see here. The first matchup, DK only had 2 catches for 28 yards. Both of those catches were when the Rams were in zone coverage, so they weren't technically against Jalen Ramsey. Something to keep an eye on. DK has 1,223 receiving yards on 74 catches this season and 10 touchdowns, so double-digit TDs for DK. And, Jalen Ramsey, obviously, he shuts down half the field. So, DK and your binky, you're going down, man. All right, so I better not say that, actually, because every time I feel like I'm, any confident at all, I just get, the Rams just are they're like, all right, Sheriff Joe Bags is super confident. So we got this. We can just kind of go in and roll, and it doesn't happen. So Jalen, hey, man, it's game time. Time to shut down DK again. Number 2. All right, let's take a look at the history of this matchup before we get into some fan quesos. Just got a couple for you guys, and then we'll hop on out of here and let you guys get back to your Christmas week, which is this week, and it's good week. I don't know. I had a lame week, so I'm just holding on to hope that Christmas is actually going to be cool this year. I don't know. I don't need to get into it. Let's take a look at the history. The Seahawks lead the all-time series in this game, in this matchup, 24-21. The most recent game between these two came on the 15th of November, not that long ago. That was a 16-23 win for the LA Rams, which happens to be the final score of my favorite Rams game of all time. I'll let you guys figure that one out on your own. The Rams have won 5 of the last 6 between the Seattle Seahawks there, so kind of have their number a little bit, kind of like the San Fran 49ers have with us. And the Rams will tie the all-time series with the Seahawks with a win this Sunday and a sweep next year, unless these two teams meet in the playoffs, which is absolutely realistic. That could totally happen where these two teams meet up in the playoffs. So let's take a look here. Let's some fan quesos. I don't want to go too long into these. I don't want to blow through them, but we're not going to go super crazy in depth. All right. So these ones come from Jason. We got 3 from Jason. Did I miss the rule change in being able to challenge pass interference? I haven't seen a challenge in forever. Yes, you did miss the rule change there. That rule's gone. No more challenging the pass interference. It was kind of a pointless rule last year. And I mean, it was kind of funny when the Saints tried to challenge one and they got it. Like, it was pass interference. It wasn't called. They challenged it, and the ruling stood. And it was kind of like, well, there you go, Saints. I don't know. But yeah, you missed that one, which is fine. It's off-season news, and this off-season was insane. I'm sure you weren't the only person in the world that had some other things going on this off-season to pay attention to. So there was a lot of things that happened that maybe not everybody caught. So don't feel bad about that one at all. The Rams are the only thing that I have in life, so that's all I pay attention to. So I did catch it, but yeah, that is what happened. They got rid of that. It lasted 1 year. Next one here from Jason. I'd love for you to break down our offensive line, rank them, and give your input on if we need to upgrade one of the positions. As far as a ranking, I mean, historically speaking, you have to say that Andrew Whitworth is 1. I think Blythe is doing a good job, but I would say Edwards 2, Noteboom 3, Havenstein. I'd go Havenstein 5 maybe, and then Blythe 4. That's kind of tough between those last two, but none of them are weak also. So I feel bad putting somebody at 5. I mean, because I think they're all at least 2 in my heart. You know what I mean? So that's my ranking of them. Do I think we need to replace any of them? I would have said that the Rams needed to replace left tackle, but now it's looking like that might not really be the case. Joseph Noteboom, who does not apparently like to be called Joe Noteboom, very in Patrick Mahomes' situation there. He's done an awesome job at left tackle. Surprises me, honestly. I know that when he came in early in his career, I was kind of like, this guy doesn't have it. But hey, I mean, I was wrong, and that's fine with me. I'm totally okay with being wrong. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. So I would say that maybe that, but depth is really what the Rams are going to be looking for on the offensive line, but not even really that. I don't think that the Rams necessarily need to address the offensive line this offseason. The Rams have a guy like Bobby Evans sitting on the bench, and I think Bobby Evans is a starting caliber player. So, and we've lost a starter. We're down a starter, and we got Corbett playing right now. And, you know, we're down a starter and still have a guy who I think is starting caliber sitting on the bench. So I think the offensive line is doing fine. Much better. But I would say that all offseason leading into this season. I was like, our offensive line is fine. You guys are freaking out for no reason. And everybody's like, no, man, we don't know what we're doing. And clearly, I mean, I think it's very clear that you guys don't know what you're doing. Anybody who was like all over the offensive line. Because I was looking at it, it's like, I don't get it. Like, by the end of the season last year, that offensive line was awesome. So I don't know. Maybe I just didn't understand it. Maybe somebody can explain it to me if you guys are one of those people. Next one here from Jason. I know it's early, but in order, not going to happen. Just heads up. What positions do we draft with our first 3 picks? Meaning, where do you think we need the help the most to improve our team? That's a very, very difficult question to answer in week 16 in a season where we're going to the playoffs. And the reason is because we don't know who's coming back and who's not. So we don't know if Witt's going to retire. We don't know if John Johnson's going to leave and go to the Chargers. That's my prediction. Just put it out there. We don't know if Josh Reynolds is going to be coming back or not. I'm trying to think other people who are going to be like on their way out. We don't know if Leonard Floyd's coming back. Like, there's so many pieces that we just don't know if they're going to come back yet, and that changes everything. Like, if Witt retires, we might want to go offensive line with one of those top 3 picks. Of course, we don't have a first-round pick. First-round picks are for suckers. We know that. And if we look at all the positions, I mean, the Rams have no glaring needs. I would say inside linebacker, but that's iffy also. I mean, I think Micah Kaiser's doing awesome, and Kenny Young is getting better every single week. But that's also what happens when you have an incredible linebacker coach in Joe Barry, which is exactly what the Rams have. I did have this question also from the YouTube channel last week, so I did want to answer this one. This one comes from The Horn Headlines. I don't know if you have any videos out there, The Horn Headlines, but if you do, for everybody else, make sure you guys go subscribe. Subscribe to everybody who comments. If they got Ram stuff on their stuff, go subscribe to them. What does it cost you? Nothing? Do it. Jeez, spread the love. Can't you guys just be happy? I don't know where that came from. I feel like I was directed at one person, but I don't even know who. I don't know. Either way. Question is, should we tank for the wild card so we play the NFC East winner, or should we go for the division and win to play the Bucks? You never tank for anything. I am so anti-tanking. It's not even funny. I don't know. You never go into a game, like you don't go into the Seahawks game thinking like, all right, if we lose this one though, we'll get to play like at Washington. Because we don't want to go back to the East Coast. I would love to just stay in LA for the rest of the time. I mean, that's way better. It's way better to play in LA against a team you already defeated on the road in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers than to go back to the West Coast to play a team that you did already defeat in the Washington football team. But they've gotten better as the season has gone on. So, I mean, right now it's kind of a weird situation with Dwayne Haskins going out and absolutely just getting lit and partying. So who knows? But he also apologized right after. So did Juju. We're in a very, very weird phase of apologies, and I am not about it. Just live your life, guys. I realize people are not going to like it. Some people are going to hate it. Some people are going to hate that Juju dances on the logo. Some people are going to hate that Dwayne Haskins goes to strip clubs. I say, live your life. Live your life and let others live their life. What does Dwayne Haskins going to a strip club do to you personally? Nothing. So let him just be happy. I don't know. I realize they lost and that's like a bad look, but whatever. And then Juju dancing on the logo, that just gives the other team fuel. So why would you want to stop, like, as a outside fan, not a Steelers fan, why would you want to stop that? That's just giving the other, like, if Juju did that to the Rams, Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald and guys like Kenny Young would be sitting over there like, all right. So, yeah, I say do it, Juju. I say do it. And also, live your life. This is a game. This is supposed to be fun. I realize that we all take it very serious. I take it super serious. But it's also a game, and it's literally entertainment. In its most basic essence, football is entertainment, and I am entertained by things like Juju dancing on the midfield logo and seeing videos of Dwayne Haskins at a strip club release. That's entertaining to me, and so I'm all about it. I'm here for it. That is it for the fan quesos, though. Thank you guys so much for participating, dropping those. You guys can always drop them in the comment section below. Also, I realize I never asked this. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. So if you're already here, then it's like right over there. Or something. Is it? Oh, maybe it's here. I don't remember. I see it this way. I don't know. I'm on the other side of the camera. I have no idea where it is. So make sure you guys do that. Also, drop a like or a dislike, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Either one is fine. Comment. You can tell me how awesome I am, how terrible I am. Both are fine with me. And also, make sure you guys follow the Ram Showcase on all your favorite social media. That would be at Ram Showcase on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook.com/Ram Showcase. You can follow myself as well at Sheriff Joe Bags on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook.com/Sheriff Joe Bags. Pretty simple stuff there. Like I had mentioned a little bit earlier, guys, I know that not everybody is a Christmas person, but either way, it is Christmas week. Just because you don't celebrate it doesn't mean it's not actually happening in a couple of days here on the 25th. But for whatever you guys celebrate, I hope it's absolutely amazing. If you guys are Kwanzaa, if you guys are Hanukkah, other ones, I don't know, other ones. That's all. That's the extent of my holiday knowledge. But either way, whatever you guys celebrate, I hope it's either has been amazing, is amazing, or will be amazing. And we're gonna hop into 2021 and hopefully say hasta la cia to this entire 2020 disaster that really caught up to me here at the end. That's unfortunate. You know, I feel like I had an awesome year all year, and then it's like the final 2 weeks. It's like, oh no, it sucks. Okay, whatevs. It's fine. I mean, I'm okay, guys. We're doing fine, but hey, 2020 got me. You know, it happens. Most of us got by 2020. You know, it's all good. It's all good. But that is going to do it for me. I am Sheriff Joe Bags. This has been Rams Showcase on Sports War Radio. For those of you who aren't Rams fans, thoughts and prayers are with you. For those of you that are Rams fans, thank you guys so much for listening, and you guys have a great night.